What's up, guys? It's Lord Botha here with another video, and yesterday the Game Awards happened, and they went about the way you think they would go. There were lots of trailers. There were lots of activists and ads for activists. And in between all of that, there was the occasional speed running of awards. And we're going to talk in depth a little bit about the games that were shown off at the Game Awards right after we do a little bit of a speed run of the events, just like they do of the awards. So here's the major things you really need to know. By the way, this is going to be a very profanity-laden video. So if you don't like swear words, skip this one. First off, Microsoft didn't win shit. Not super surprising, seeing that this is a year that Bethesda doesn't have a game coming out. Resident Microsoft dickweed Todd Howard was there, though, for occasional award presenting and shilling. I mean, look at this absolute hobbit of a man. He looks like the fairy godmother just turned him into a real boy. Harrison Ford presented the Voice Actor Award, I think. He was blitzed out of his mind. Probably spent too much time with Snoop Dogg behind stage. Honestly, I'm just glad that he didn't call Kojima short round during his presentation. Helldivers 2 won the award for Best Ongoing Community Support, which is wild, considering their community support were the people that told people in their Discord to either fuck off when they complain or to literally break laws to be able to play their game when Sony and Arrowhead decided that they were going to pull the rug out from under players' feet who couldn't access PSNs, which, by the way, still a requirement. We had a slew of cringe presenters either crying, swearing to be shocking, or making super terrible cringe jokes on stage. We had the Heckler brother puppets from the Muppets at the show making fun of the show as it went along, which, by the way, they were quite honestly the highlight of the night. They took shots at everything and everybody. They were essentially the chorus for everybody watching the show. They even made fun of Jeff Keighley, calling him a moron multiple times, and even made a joke about his relationship with Kojima.
Listen, fellas, if you don't mind, we have a lot of people here in the audience waiting to see the show.
Yeah. Speaking of a lot of people, why isn't this theater full, huh?
Yeah, we heard you always sell out.
Oh, got him.
Yeah, it's like the game commercials with award interruptions.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. Huh? There's Kojima, look. Ooh. Did you know that Jeff Keighley's friends with him?
Yeah, but does Kojima know that? And I also heard they nominated DLC for Game of the Year.
That's like giving a Lifetime Achievement Award to pre-order bonuses. Time to watch Keighley make a fool of himself again.
Exactly. I love this show.
More Jeff Keighley.
Yeah, what a moron. Look at him.
Give it. Bring it to us.
Look at him just standing there. What a maroon.
Snoop Dogg, like I said, was there and performed new music for his new album that's coming out, which is essentially Kids Bop at this point. And everybody was apparently told that they had to give him a standing ovation. A man by the name of Amir Satvat was given an Inclusivity Award because apparently he made a spreadsheet. This spreadsheet contained the names of a bunch of different people who were games developers that were out of work, and essentially worked as a microcosm indeed for game developers trying to get them jobs. And it was all really weird because the whole Game Awards show painted him as this small-time normal dude who was a YouTuber with, a couple thousand subs, trying to work hard to help people out and get them back to work. When in actuality, Amir Satvat is not that at all. This dude is the business director for Tencent. He's in charge of IP acquisitions. This is the dude who's probably going to buy Ubisoft. I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of the people that he puts on the list to help get jobs are people that he was partially responsible for getting fired. And they gave him an award for helping people get jobs in the industry in front of people that have fired a ton of people in the industry, while he also works as an executive with them in that industry. It's one of the most crazy, hypocritical, back-assward things I've ever seen. Something else crazy, Palworld actually got mentioned. That's right, they acknowledge Palworld even exists. Not only that, Nintendo essentially didn't win shit at the awards, and they couldn't even be mentioned by the Astrobot devs when they won their award, and they were talking about games and developers that inspired them.
I remember I was a kid in 1989, Christmas, and I got a grey box. There was a game packed in. It was called Super Mario Brothers, and it was really, really great. So we are in Japan, we're in Tokyo, they are in Kyoto, but I want to pay tribute to the company who really put like platformers and showed us innovation and quality consistently and inspired us to actually make the game that we made. So that's also, and I've managed not to mention them, have you noticed? But you all know who they are, and many other companies that have been inspired over the years, so that's really, really important. And we want to pay tribute to them tonight. So from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much.
The Astrobot devs were clearly referencing Nintendo and things like Mario, but they literally said on stage, we can't say their name though, but you know who they are. This feels heavily due to the whole Pal World lawsuit bullshit, and now Nintendo seems to be hell-bent on suing everybody. And of course, as a Sony PlayStation game for Astrobot to say, hey, we took inspiration from Mario and Nintendo being on a suing spree of Japanese companies copying their games, well, that probably isn't the smartest thing then. And no, I'm not going to gloss over it. Astrobot did win Game of the Year. Kind of a weird choice, but a lot of people seem to be okay with it. It was, from what I hear, a very, very good game, and I can't really speak on it thoroughly or complain about it because I didn't play Astrobot. I will say, is it better than Wukong though? Which sold gangbusters and was hailed as one of the greatest games in like a decade? And journalists got absolutely lampooned and lambasted when they gave the thing like an 8 out of 10? A few things I don't understand though is, why wasn't Space Marine even nominated? A lot of people I hear defending why Astrobot should have won Game of the Year is because of how innovative it was. Well, Space Marine was super innovative as well. Their swarm technology that they created, right? To put so many enemies on the map at once. It had a fairly good story, the mechanics were great, the sound was astronomical, it sold gangbusters, and even the critics couldn't deny that it was absolutely excellent. So why wasn't even it up for nomination? Another thing I don't understand is, why did they change the rules to let DLC essentially become up for nomination for Game of the Year, put Erdtree on the list, and then not give it the award? Well, what's even the point of that then? They're just throwing a bone to From Software? They don't need it. They know what they're about. They know how successful they are. They don't care if Erdtree gets Game of the Year award or not. And it shouldn't be on the list because, again, it's DLC. We don't need to be changing the rules for DLC. Like I also said, there were a ton of trailers for games that are upcoming. There were also several noticeable games that weren't featured in trailers. There was no GTA 6 trailer. There was no Elder Scrolls 6 trailer. Other games that are coming up like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Civilization 7, even Assassin's Creed Shadows, though Ubisoft probably can't afford the trailer. None of those games had trailers at the Game Awards this year. We thought they might, especially when Jeff Keighley came on stage and he was starting to sob, talking about, if you're a real fan of video games like I am, you'll be really, really ecstatic and hyped for this next trailer. It's so wonderful. It's so great. You guys are gonna love it. And then it turned out to be a trailer for Okami 2. Nothing wrong with that, just the weird kind of lead-in. The dude was essentially edging us. We thought we were getting GTA 6 or something, and he gave us Okami 2 with that lead-in. We also got a trailer for Outer Worlds 2, which actually the trailer was pretty good. That's from Obsidian. Now, Outer Worlds 2 I thought was kind of mid, but other people thought it was really great. The story and characters were woke as hell, but again, it was a decent game. But it seems like since then, Obsidian has leaned heavily into the agenda stuff, especially with Avowed. So we're going to see what the response is to Outer Worlds 2 is after that game. But again, just going off the trailer, it looked all right. Had a pretty good joke at the beginning where they were talking about how Obsidian basically makes sequels to everything. You had a trailer for something nobody expected, which was another Elden Ring game called Elden Ring Night Rain.
I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
Band together and prepare to claim. The life of the Night Lord.
And it looks like it's going to be 4-person multiplayer. Now, people who are into Elden Ring, they are into Elden Ring. So when this thing came on, people were freaking ecstatic. And it's really surprising because I don't think anybody expected more Elden Ring content. It kind of felt like From Software was kind of done with Elden Ring for a good long while. They were moving on to other projects. But no, they were cooking up something else, and apparently this is it. You also had the trailer for Witcher 4, which of course is going to be starring Ciri as the main character. Now, a lot of people are going in on this trailer saying that Ciri looks busted, the voice actor is different, it just looks bad. I personally don't think the Ciri character that's shown in the trailer is actually that bad. Also, you have to remember that just like Witcher 3, the cinematic trailer that was originally released for it, Geralt looked a lot different than he actually did in the actual game. So we still might be getting something similar more to the Witcher 3 look of Ciri. But also, I don't know how they're really going to handle the canonic shifts. Because in my Witcher 3, and this might be a little bit of a spoiler for those of you who have not played Witcher 3, my Ciri, who I actually, was a good dad to, but eventually took her back to Nilfgaard, became a strong, independent woman and became the Empress. She didn't need to become a Witcher. But apparently they're making the canonic ending that she became a Witcher, which is a little difficult to understand because they were running out of people who knew how to make new Witchers, and there was discussion on whether or not she could actually go through the mutation process, even with her special abilities and all that, because, she's a woman, and it's supposed to be a thing women can't do. But of course, 2024, gotta break that glass ceiling, and this is the perfect opportunity for CD Projekt Red to try to do it. What I'm more worried about is that Witcher 4 with Ciri seems like it's going to give us more of a activist character Witcher, which Ciri wasn't really like that. You got the feeling that she could be. She was more idealistic than Geralt, obviously. But within this trailer, she does some things that are questionable and have clear moral agendas, rather than the more moral ambiguity of Geralt's era. You also had a trailer for Mafia: The Old Country, which I'm super hyped for. I love the Mafia games. Wasn't a huge fan of Mafia 3. It was alright. I thought it could have been better. I played the hell out of Mafia 1 and 2, and I'm excited for what Mafia Old Country is going to do. And they're doing actually what I think Witcher 4 should have done. They're actually going back in time now, before the first game, and doing more of a prequel game. But of course, the big one here is a game called Intergalactic.
Okay.
This is the new sci-fi adventure game from Naughty Dog. Yes, Naughty Dog, who gave us Big Abby Pump. And they seem to be leaning into the meme because they gave us another ugly, female, androgynous looking lesbian lead character. So much about this trailer was cringe. Some of it was actually good but seemed bastardized. A lot of it seemed like product placement. Literally, the shot opens with seeing the spaceship and it says Porsche on the back of it. Also, by the way, if you look at the spaceship, why does the spaceship look like a fighter? And then when you go in, it seems like a goddamn house.
How is that excellent? He's next to fucking Simperia. No one has left that planet in over 600 years. Anyone who even flies close to it is never heard from again.
Superstitions.
No.
With styling that's stripped right from Cyberpunk 2077. down to the damn jacket she's wearing. Also, there was a lot of hype talked about the music in this trailer. Not surprising because it's Sony's library of music, so they're going to do a lot of that shit. Camille Angelani is in this trailer. I think he plays one of the former associates or pirates or whatever of this lead female girl boss character, because he's also in the picture on the board of one of the cutscenes of this trailer, right next to an article that says what happened to the Flying Aces or some shit like that. And it seems like this character is a bounty hunter or something, and she's trying to go after him, so he's going to play a definitive role in this game. Probably one of the lead bad guys, if not the lead bad guy. And that's not that crazy for Camille Angelani. He's basically an industry shill who will do anything that people ask of him. He's also a massive woke leftist who's down with Naughty Dog's clear, down with the patriarchy, up with the feminism agenda that's driven the storytelling of their games clearly. And by the way, I'm not the only one that's hating on this trailer. Pretty much everybody is hating on this trailer. The game's trailer has been ratioed both on Naughty Dog's YouTube account and PlayStation's YouTube account. Naughty Dog has turned off the comments for this trailer. PlayStation still has the comments up and, well, they're about what you think they'd be. The trailer is 2 hours ago? Ew, so old it needs a remaster. The most surprising thing about this trailer is that Sony left the comments on. You know that anime on the TV that looks fun and cool? Well, this is nothing like that. I feel like Will Smith will slap me for making fun of her. Can I play as the characters from the background anime instead? By the way, these comments are referencing an anime TV show that's on the TV in the background of the trailer that actually looks pretty good as compared to the rest of the trailer. You can really tell this started production in 2020. Somehow Concord returned. This game is going to make Concordian dollars. We are so back, Concord bros. Just continuous comparisons to the uglification of gaming by games like Concord. The Korean games market is going to eat your lunch. You know that, right? A reference to the fact that Korean games seem to be moving in the beautification of women movement rather than the uglification like this game. How many brands do we want in this trailer? Yes. Haven't I seen this protagonist like in 20 other games? If Concord and Dustborn had a baby with Jaguar. And the comments just go on and on like that. Essentially, Naughty Dog is cooked with this game. And it just got announced. I don't really see how they're ever going to pull it back from this. They've built a brand on the pillars of sand that is agenda and DEI. And people in this day and age, they're just over it. There's no way they're going to sell their game in this day and age standing on those kinds of principles. But anyway, those are the biggest things to come out of the Game Awards. Yes, absolute cringe and shitbaggery with dashes of good and a little funny things here and there. And that's about what's to be expected from the Game Awards. And it's about what we got. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.